Shabbat Shalom to everyone. Welcome to Agudath Israel Etz Ahayem Synagogue here in Montgomery, Alabama. I am Rabbi Scott Kramer. Welcome to our Kabbalat Shabbat service. I'm so glad that you are here with me. I want to say from the outset, I am not feeling so great. I have been sick since Tuesday, so if my voice is not up to snuff tonight, I apologize beforehand. If I start coughing uncontrollably, we'll try not to do it right in the microphone. So my goal is to get through this service in an upright position. But I'm really, really glad that we have this time together. We are praying out of Siddur Lev Shalem, and we will begin with Lechun Ranana, page 11. Lechun Ranana, Lechun Ranana, Lechun Ranana Ladunai, Lechun Ranana, Lechun Ranana, Lechun Ranana Ladunai. Nariya, Nariya, Letzur Yeshenu, Nekad Mafana Betoda. Nariya, Nariya, Letzur Yeshenu, Bizmirod Nariya Lo. Lechun Ranana, Lechun Ranana, Lechun Ranana Ladunai. Lechun Ranana, Lechun Ranana, Lechun Ranana Ladunai. Nariya, Nariya, Letzur Yeshenu, Nekad Mafana Betoda. Nariya, Nariya, Letzur Yeshenu, Bizmirot Nariya Lo. Please join me in the English. Let us go and sing to Adonai. Let us trumpet praise to our protector, filled with thanks. Let us greet God, raising our voice in song. Great is Adonai, a greater sovereign than all other deities. God's hands formed the earth's deep. Mountains' crests too are God's work. The sea is God's, for God made it. Dry land was fashioned by God's hands. Come then, let us bow and kneel. Let us bend our knees in the presence of Adonai who formed us. For Adonai is our God, and we are God's flock, sheep in God's caring hands. If only you would listen today to God's voice and not become hard-hearted, like the people at Merivah, like that time at Massah, in the desert, when your ancestors tried me and tested me, though they had seen what I had wrought. For 40 years I was troubled by that generation, and I said, these are people whose hearts have gone astray. They do not know my way, so in anger I swore they would not enter my rest. Arba'im shana kut bedor va'omram to'eh levavim veheb lo yadidurachai asher nishpati v'yapi im yavaun el menuchati. Page 13, Psalm 96. Shiru ladonai shir chadash, shiru ladonai kol haaretz. Shiru ladonai baruch shemo, pasru miyom liyom yeshuato, sapru vagoyim kivodo, bechol ha'amim nifliotav, ki gadol Adonai, umehulal miyod, norahu, al ko Elohim, lai lai lai, ki ko Elohei ha'amim elilim, v'Adonai shamayim asa, hod v'hadar le'ifanav, oz v'tiferet behemikdasho, havu l'Adonai mishpachot amim, havu l'Adonai kavod v'oz, havu l'Adonai kevod shemo. Seu mincha uvo lechatzerot of lai shtachavu ladonai behadrat kodesh chilu mipanav kol haaretz imrum vagoyim Adonai malach havti kontevel balatimot yadina hamim b'meisharim yismechu hashamayim v'tagel haaretz ayiram baya hamu melo yalo sadai v'chol asher bo lai az yiranenu kol hatzayar lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz ishpot tevel b'tzedek v'yamim b'emunato yalai lai yai lai yai lai yalai lai yai lai. We continue page 15, Psalm 97. Adonai reigns, let the earth be glad, the many distant lands rejoice. Clouds and thick darkness surround the divine, righteousness and justice secure God's throne. Fire goes before God, consuming besiegers round about. Flashes of lightning illumine the land. The earth watches and trembles. Mountains melt like wax at the approach of Adonai, at the approach of the Master of all the earth. The heavens tell of God's righteousness, and all the nations see God's glory. Worshippers of idols be shamed for praising false gods. All that is deemed supreme bow low before God. Zion hears of it and rejoices. The cities of Judah exalt as you, Adonai, pass judgment. You, Adonai, are above all that is earthly, exalted over all that is worshipped as divine. Those who love Adonai hate evil. God protects the lives of the faithful, saving them from the hands of the sinful. Light is sown for the righteous, joy for the upright. Rejoice in Adonai, you righteous people, and thank God as you pronounce the divine holy name. Or zarula tzadik v'lishur lehev simcha, simchu tzadikim b'Adonai, v'hoduhu lezecher kadisho. We are on page 17 with Psalm 98. We're using the Siddur, which is in the back of the sanctuary. Thank you. Page 17, Psalm 98. Mizmor shiru ladonai shir chadash ki niflaot asa hoshia lo yemino uzaro hakod shoadia Adonai yeshuato le'ena goyim gilad tzidkato zachar chasta ve'emunato Levei Yisrael Kau Cholav Se'aretz Et Yeshuat Eloheinu Horiu Ladonai Kol Haaretz Bitzchom Veranenu V'Zameu Zamru Ladonai Bechinar V'Kol Zimara Bechatzot Rod V'Kol Shofar Horiu Lifnei Melech Adonai Yiramaya Mumalo Tevel v'yosh v'heva neharod yimcha uchaf yachad arim yiranenu lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz yishpot tevel b'tzedek v'yamim b'meisharim yalai lalai 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 yalai lalai lalai yalai lalai 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 Ya lai la lai la 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 lai 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 ya lai 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 ya lai la lai la lai lai ya lai la lai la lai 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 ya lai lai la lai 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 lai. Again, I apologize for my voice tonight. I have been ill since Tuesday. You're lucky that I'm upright right now. So I apologize for my voice is not, it's probably not even 70%. And if I start coughing, I'll try and turn away from the microphone. Anyway, we continue page 19 with Psalm 99. Adonai reigns, nations tremble. The one enthroned amidst the cherubim makes the world quake. Adonai is great in Zion above all nations. They shall acknowledge your name, saying, Great, all-inspiring, Holy One. A sovereign strength lies in the love of justice, and you forge the paths of truth, judging Jacobly, righteously and justly. Exalt Adonai our God, bow down before God, the Holy One. Moses and Aaron among God's priests, and Samuel among those who called upon the divine name, called to you and you answered them. You spoke to them from amidst the cloud. They kept your covenant and the law you gave them. You answered them, Adonai our God. You were a forgiving God to them, even as you punished them for their transgressions. Exalt Adonai our God and bow down at God's holy mountain, for Adonai our God is holy. Romemu Adonai Elohim nishtagavu lahar kadisho, ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. We rise if you are able. Page 21, Psalm 29. Mizmor leDavid, havu ladonai b'nei Eli, havu ladonai kavod vos, havu ladonai kavod shemo, ishtachavu ladonai behadrat kodesh, kol Adonai el hamayim, el hakavod yirim Adonai hamayim rabim, kol Adonai ba'koach, Kol Adonai behadar, Kol Adonai shover arazim, Vaishaber Adonai et Ozehel Vanon, Vayarkidem kemo egel, Levanon v'siryon kemo vendrehemim, Kol Adonai chotzev lavotesh, Kol Adonai yachil midbar, Yachil Adonai midbar kadesh, Kol Adonai yecholel ayalop, Vayechesop niarot, uvehechalo kulo mer kavod. Adonai lamabul yashav, yeshev Adonai melech leolam. Adonai oz liamo yiten, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. You may be seated. We continue page 23. Lecha dodi lekrat kala p'nei Shabbat nika b'hila. Lecha dodi lekrat kala p'nei Shabbat nika b'hila. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad, hishmiyad elav yuchad, Adonai echad u'shamo echad. L'shemu tiferet v'litila, lecha dodi lekrat kala p'nei Shabbat kabela, lekrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki mekor ha'beracha berosh mikedem nesucha, sov ma'aseh b'machshvat tchila, lecha dodi lekrat kala p'nei Shabbat Nekabela mikdash melech ir melucha, kumitzi mitocha haficha, rav lach shevet b'yemek habacha, v'hu yachamo alayich la, lecha dodi lekrat kala p'nei Shabbat nekabela, hitnari me'afar kumi, liv shevik de tifartech ami, Ayad ben Yishai, Beit Alachmi, Korva el Nafshi Giyala, Lecha dodi lekrat kala p'nei Shabbat nikabela, hitoreri, kiva ore kumi uri, shir daberi, kivod Adonai, alayich nigla, lecha dodi lekrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nikabela, lecha dodi lekrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nikabela, lo tevoshi v'lo tikami, ma tishtochach ומטה מבך יחסו אני ימי ונבנתה עיר אל תילה לך דודי לקראת קהלה פני שבת נקבלה והיו למשיסה שועזייך ורחקו כל מהבלייך יסיס עלייך אלוהייך כי אם חסכתן על כלה לך דודי לקראת קהלה פני שבת נקבלה ימין ושמאל תפרוצי ואת אדוני תריצי היד איש בן פרצי ונשמחה ונגילה לך דודי לקראת קהלה פני שבת נקבלה. We rise for the last stanza of Lechododei, page 25. We face towards the west. We face towards the entrance to greet the Shabbat bride. Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam besimcha uvetzala toch emune am segula boi chala lecha dodi lekrat kala penei shabbat nikabila. You may be seated. We continue with Psalm 92. Page 27. A psalm, the song of the day of Shabbat. It is good to thank you, Adonai, and sing to your name most high, to proclaim your love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night. Finger the lute, pluck the harp, let the sound of the lyre rise up. You gladden me with your deeds, Adonai, and I shall sing of your handiwork. How wonderful are your works, Adonai, how subtle your designs. The arrogant do not understand. The fool does not comprehend this. The wicked flourish like grass, and every evildoer blossoms, only to be destroyed forever. But you, Adonai, are exalted for all time. Surely your enemies, Adonai, surely your enemies will perish. All who commit evil will be scattered. As a wild bull raises up its horn, you raised my head high, anointed it with fresh oil. As my enemies gather against me, my gaze remains steady, for my ears listen and hear. The righteous flourish like the date palm, thrive like a cedar in Lebanon planted in the house of Adonai. They flourish in our God's courtyards. In old age, they remain fruitful, still fresh and bountiful, proclaiming, Adonai is upright, my rock in whom there is no flaw. Tzadik tamar yifrach ke'erez balvanon yizke shetulim bevek Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu Od yenuvun beseva tishenim vechadadim yeyu lehagid ki yashar Adonai tzuri. Follow up, Latabo, page 29, Psalm 93. Adonai is sovereign, robed in splendor, girded in strength. The earth stands firm, not to be dislodged. From earliest time you were enthroned, you are eternal. The rivers rise up, Adonai, the rivers raise up their roar. The rivers raise up their waves. Above the roar of the vast sea and the majestic breakers of the ocean, Adonai stands supreme in the heavens. In your house, beautiful in its holiness, your testimonies endure, Adonai, for all time. Again, Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to everyone. Sorry about... I've been coughing almost nonstop since Tuesday. Probably earlier in the weekend, I think. I don't know. I am really not feeling that well, but I could not imagine not trying to celebrate Shabbat with all of you. We have a guest actually in our sanctuary. It's nice. We just so all of you know that are online with us, we are open. You may come back to the synagogue in our sanctuary. We have a large sanctuary. You can spread out as much as you want, and there's a little inducement on June 3rd, Friday night. We have two things that you might want to consider joining us for. First of all, our student cantor, Carl Sayers, will be here that weekend. And we are going to have a Friday night Shabbat dinner put on by our by wonderful women that are going to use our brand new kitchen, Linda, Amy, and Chris. Again, I apologize for that. It's not anything in my control. So please come and join us June 3rd. That's the same weekend that Shavuot occurs. Shavuot will be on that Saturday night. This will be a regular Shabbat service, though, on that Friday night, June 3rd. So please, we'd love to have everyone, as many people in the sanctuary as we can get. It can be a great dinner. You can come see our new, brand new synagogue for those of you that have not seen our remodeled synagogue. Excuse me one more time. And it hurts as bad as it sounds. So I am going to do a relatively short service tonight, so I can go have some chicken soup and hopefully feel a lot better in the morning. I will be back tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. for Shabbat services. And of course, we will join together via Zoom for Havdalah tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Just a little advance notice. Next Saturday night, I think it's May 21st, if I got the date right, it's a week from Saturday night, Tori and Miriam will actually be joining me in the sanctuary for Havdalah, and if any of you would like to join us, you are welcome. You are welcome to join us for that Havdalah. It'll be great if we can get a lot of people here. Irene just reminded me that if you are going to come to the June 3rd dinner, please call Linda in the office to let her know so we can know how many chickens to cook. So we'd appreciate that if you'd let us know. Okay. With that, we are going to go ahead and continue with Ma'ariv. So I ask everyone to please rise, page 39A, for the Baruch Hu, the call to worship. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, Le'olam v'ho'ed. You may be seated. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech olam asher b'non. Mahavir yom mevi laila mavdir ben yom mevi laila Adonai tzavot shemo el chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu olam v'ohed baruch Adonai hamariv ha'chavim. Page 40. Ahavat olam beit Yisrael amchavta Torah mitzvot chukim mishpatim otanu limadita Alkeinu Adonai Eloheinu b'shachvenu v'kumeinu nasiach bechukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נהגה יומם ולילה, ועבדך תשים ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, והיה אם שמות תשמעו. ויאמר אדוני משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל ואמרת להם ויעשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורתם, ונתנו על ציצית הכנף פתיל תכלת. והיה לכם לציצית וראיתם אותו, וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני ועשיתם אותם, ולא תטו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם אשר תזונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. Page 43A. ואמונה כזאת וקיים. ומלכותו ברצון קיבלהם משה ובני ישראל לנשירה בשמחה רבה, ויאמרו כולם מי כמוך פועלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדור בקודש נורא תהילות עושה פלא. מלכותך ובניך בוקיים לפני משה, זה לי ענו ויאמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגלד מנחזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. Page 45. ושמצאתנו ואין לכם ושלמתה ויד עולם, ופעוש לנו כסוכת שלמך, ברוך אתה אדוני הפוחד סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים. Page 46, we rise for Vishamru. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et השבת לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת Lidoratam barito lam. Kisheshet yamim asahadinai. Asahadinai et hashamayim v'et haaretz v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et Shabbat la'asot et Shabbat lidoratam barito lam. Uvayom hashvi Shabbat v'yinafash Shabbat v'yinafash Shabbat v'yinafash v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et Shabbat la'asot et Shabbat lidoratam barito lam. We remain standing for the silent Amidah for Friday night, pages 47 through 52. Shalom b'mrama, uyaseh shalom aleinu, v'yal kol Yisrael, v'meru amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'yal kol Yisrael, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael. We remain standing as the ark is open for Aleinu, page 56. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol latet gedula liotzer bereshit shalo asanu kagoye haratzot velahos tamanu kamishmachot adama shalo sam chelkenu kahem v'gohor aleinu kechol hamonam v'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu shehu notei shamayim v'yosed haaretz umoshev yikaro b'shamayim imahal ushchinatu zo b'gavei mero mim hu Eloheinu einod emet malkeinu tefasulato kakatu b'torato v'yadat ayom v'hashivota elevavecha ki Adonai hu Elohim b'shamayim mimal v'yal haaretz bitachat einod alkein v'lo'einu lirot mehebeti v'chaduzacha. Gagadu b'toratech Adonai imloch le'olam v'ho'ed v'nemar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz Bayom ha'u, yeh Adonai echad. Ushemo echad. You may be seated. This week we will observe yard sites for Celia Gross, Ida Raymond, Ida Schoenbaum, Jacob Center, Esther Tarika, Chippa Feldman, Rachel Kapuya Halfin, Fanny Carber, Harry Abrams, Solomon Dahan, Lubell Harris, Hyman Jaffe, and Julia Blanche Jaffe. Those observing yard site and those who mourn, please rise, page 58, and join me for the Kaddish Tome, the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitdash shemei Rabbah, v'yalma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yimechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, b'agalav v'zman kariv v'yimeru amen, yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'elam u'me'almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitchomam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudshah b'richu, le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata da'amiran b'yalma v'yimeru amen, yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimeru amen. Oseh shalom b'mermav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimeru amen. You may be seated. Again, Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for joining me and lasting. I see we have probably 20 to 30 people online. Thank you for lasting all the way through. I promised I would try to not do that in the microphone. I almost made it. Anyway, thank you for tolerating my voice tonight. But I'm glad you spent the time with me. I will try and feel better. Thank you, Chris and Rick. We will go ahead and just again, we'll be back. I will make an attempt to be back tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m., continuation of Shabbat service. And tomorrow night via Zoom for our Alabama Community Virtual Havdalah. If you would like to join us and you did not get the link, please email me at ravmalki@gmail.com. That's ravmalki@gmail.com. And I'll be sure to get you that link sometime before we start. And don't forget, a week from Saturday, Tori and Miriam will be joining me on this very bima for Havdalah. So if anybody would like to join us, that would be great. We'd love to have a little party to celebrate the end of Shabbat together. And don't forget June 3rd, Shabbat dinner. We're calling it a return to synagogue Friday night dinner. So if you would like to come, please call Linda in the office and RSVP. We would love to have you. June 3rd, and our student cantor will also be here that weekend, Carl Sayers. With that, we will go ahead and conclude our service. Page 211. Thank you for, again, tolerating my voice tonight. Adon olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra li'ed nasa v'chefso kol azay melech shemo nikra azay melech shemo nikra v'yacharei kichlot hakol levado yimloch nora v'hu haya v'hu oveh v'hu yiyeh b'tifara V'hu yiyeh b'tifara, v'hu echad v'yein sheni, imlaham shelo lehachbira, b'li reshit, b'li tachlit, v'lo ha'oz v'hamisra, v'lo ha'oz v'hamisra, Vehu Eli Vechai Goali V'tzor Chevli B'Yetzara Vehu Nisi Umanosli Minat Kosi B'Yom Mekra Minat Kosi B'Yom Mekra B'Yado Avkid Ruchi B'Yet Ishan V'Yaira V'Im Ruchi Giviyati Adonai li v'lo ira Adonai li v'lo ira. Shabbat shalom to everyone.